And the scene is set in the historical district of New Sarum, known as usually the Little Finger, or historic district, of course. We begin our scene. Well, they can begin their scene wherever they want, but we begin our scene here at the funeral home of Harmon and Rue. The lights are on, even though it's late at night. This home, of course, is quite large, on a hilltop, surrounded by very, very old oak trees. It's actually rather nice, but with the fall coming along, the slight chill in the air, blowing off red leaves as they skitter across the ground, makes this place a little bit quieter and creepier than it usually is. And it is here where we begin our scene. However, our protagonists wish to enter it.
Bartholomew is standing just a little ways off the driveway. This old Cadillac sitting out front waiting. He's called Bear in to assist with the matter. He ended up calling Danielle Delarose, what they call her. Oh yeah, 2D. Funny, I suppose. She ended up stating on her mission statement on how important it was to end up keeping the masquerade. Seems to want to prove that she is an upstanding member of kindred society. Well, to be an upstanding member, you need to end up performing these kinds of odd jobs. This old man, Bartholomew Blanchet, smiles a bit at that, as he thinks to the other person he called muscle of the group, Adam Fitzpatrick. Now, Adam is a big boy, Nosferatu, scary as fuck. Well, the sad truth is that he could probably bench a car, but he's still young. Still getting his feet wet and understanding how these things go. So, Bartholomew waits for the crew to arrive before making their way announced to Nora's work, Harmon Rue, parlor. Didn't expect to be here without a wood coat.
Adam's going to appear from the shadows from near what appears to be some form of sewer manhole. Spotting Bartholomew, he quickly looks from side to side to check that no one's there before he reveals himself. Good evening.
Big man. Good old big and tall. That name suits
Fan-
you. You should be proud of that.
Well, fancy seeing you so soon, old man.
Well, nevertheless, I'm glad to end up seeing you arrived. I think this might prove to be a very valuable experience for you. You're the first one I thought of when it happened. It's good to have friends, isn't it?
That's something I've definitely learned these first few nights. You said there was a job that needed some muscle. Right?
Yeah. And mostly quiet muscle. Gonna put you in a little bit of a test if that's the case. But kind word passed along. I'll be happy to end up singing your praises from the highest rooftop. If you don't mind me taking forever and a day, legs ain't what they used to be. Now we're just waiting for one more to show up.
Well,
probably at this point, Miss Delavine will arrive and, kind of jeans, leather jacket, hoodie, and kind of walking with her hands in her pockets, bag over her back. Kind of, she'll spot the car first, so she'll kind of stride over and probably just stand beside Mr. Bonche and kind of look up at him. evening. You probably see Adam and kind of like her eyes kind of widen a bit.
Yeah, Miss Delavine, pleasure to seeing you again. Thank you very much for responding to my call, and I am sure you are familiar with Mr. Fitzpatrick. Yes.
Give him a nervous smile. Give him a nervous smile. Yeah, we're acquainted.
Well, I thought you would have remembered the last night we were all together.
Always
Don't-
good to check. Maybe it's Alzheimer's kicking in. Maybe I just want to end up playing around. Who knows? Maybe all three.
Well, we know what you like, trying to keep us on our toes. So what's the gig?
We're gonna go see someone very near and dear to my heart. I trust that you will be on your best behavior. Now, out of curiosity, everybody has been to a funeral home, I'm assured. So, you know how it is. Keep quiet and respectful, and don't mind the sudden bursts of energy. Please, come.
Well, I suppose the dead won't be able to see me. No complaint.
He starts to end up making his way up. Cane tapping. With each stride he ends up making, clearly at a slower pace than his two compatriots before arriving at the door.
You get no answer.
That's odd. That's really, really strange. Excuse me a moment. He reaches down and starts pulling out of his jacket his cell phone. Dialing up Nora.
You dial your phone and the phone rings. It rings a bit long before someone picks it up. Hello?
Hey, Mr. Rogers. You end up asking for some help and managing to acquire a crew. I'm standing right outside your front door.
Oh, are you? Sorry, I didn't hear the bell. You could just come on in. The door's unlocked. I'm downstairs. Can't hear a thing.
Oh, I can imagine. Pretty busy. Well, we will be down there in short supply. How do we end up getting down there? I'm assuming there's a stairwell.
Well, that and there's a service elevator over in the parlor.
All right. Well, I'll see you soon then. Much love. See you soon, Nora.
Okay then. Click.
Well, gentlemen, it would appear he opens the door. We are to be expected. Please enter.
Ladies first is Tootie kind of says, like, grinning to herself as she walks in.
I didn't expect anything less.
Well, I'm glad not to disappoint. Please, head on in. Don't want to be standing out in the open too long.
No. Is it safe for me to head in? There's no...
I wouldn't worry about that. I'm here with you now.
Yeah, Adam will just follow in, sort of crouching a little as he goes into the doorway.
Jeez, look at the size of you. He starts to close the door behind, just keeping an eye out.
Well, you enter into the main foyer. It might be kind of small for Adam, but the place is really nicely decorated. Very old-fashioned sort of thing, but it looks like everything's been well maintained. If there's a chip of paint off of it, it looks like it's been repainted. There seems to be, at the very least, if they're not real, then they're prints of what looks like to be very fine art. Maybe who knows, late, late Baroque, Rococo sort of things. They're very pretty, though. Down the hallway, you see a staircase heading upstairs. Behind the hallway, you see the hall extending a little bit. Maybe that's where the restrooms are. There seems to be two doors to the left, or two doors, one to the left, and the larger double doors to the right. The double doors are already open. You can see just glimpses of what looks like to be a very large open space. Well lit. Well, maybe not well lit. Very mood lit. It looks very pretty. It's lit very, very nicely in there.
Bartholomew makes his way into that room, taking a look around. Is this indeed the parlor she did speak of?
Oh, yes, there is. You can see on the back wall that there appears to be, well, the wall appears to have like a rectangular carving out of it, as if the wall will, kind of, well, move. And of course, you see two buttons on the wall too, going up and down.
Bartholomew presses the button and waits for the elevator. And he keeps his quiet, respectful tone.
Well, the wall opens up. The elevator's there. You enter the elevator. It's actually quite large, made of wood. Everything kind of creaks as you walk across the floor. This house has been here a while.
Well, it's good to end up knowing that built to last.
Yeah.
Ding!
Kind of nervously shuffle beside Bart, probably kind of like looking at Adam going, is he going to break the floorboard? If he comes in on this, the creaky things, he's just kind of looking at him a bit wide-eyed.
Adam's going to follow, but not exactly get in the elevator. He's just going to glance at the two of them. Well, you should probably come down and I'll follow you in a second.
No.
Sure.
I insist, please, Mr. Fitzpatrick. We don't want to end up keeping the young lady waiting.
If you say so.
He kind of puts himself into a corner, trying to make him as small and as unimposing as possible. And
Judy does the same. She kind of shrinks into the opposite corner.
Yeah, Adam's going to try and fit into the elevator.
Ding! Tries to smile, even though the elevator might not necessarily be big enough for the three of them. It's clearly designed for a body and moving, but and again, most things that aren't that massive to move in here, even if they are a coffin.
All right, well, you go down the elevator. When the door opens, you're greeted with what appears to be a lot less decorated, a lot more plain hall. It just looks like painted center blocks on the wall, and the floor has just laminate tile or something like that. Very, what would be the word? Be sterile sort of environment down here. Very plain. You can hear machinery down the hall going on. Some sort of pump maybe, or motor. You're not really sure.
Well, Mr. Fitzpatrick, I think you best leave the elevator before we all suffocate.
Or maybe I'll stay to make you suffocate a little bit longer. He just exits.
Mademoiselle.
And Judy kind of just shrinks out of her little corner, and she kind of just strides, the hands in her pockets as she's behind the imposing figure of Mr. Fitzpatrick.
He starts to move along, and eventually, as they end up moving out of the way, he starts to make his way towards the noise. Probably where Nora's working. After all, she said she couldn't hear the knocking.
Okay, well, you head down the hall. You see a couple of doorways here and there. All of them are closed. The doors look like almost like hospital doors. They're like metal with a window. You can look in. Most of them appear to be some sort of again, they seem to be very, very sterile. One appears to have like tile on the floor and a drain in the middle. Another you see a couple of tables which appear to have like, you could only assume are people on them, but you can't see the people. They're covered. They have white sheets over them. You get farther down to the room, and you get to the room where you can hear like something, some sort of mechanical engine whirring or something like that. You look in the door and you see a person in what appears to be some sort of surgical gown. They have gloves on and appears to be goggles. You can see the back of their head. They have longish brown hair. And you get if you're taking a whiff of the air, it smells rather, it smells like a chemical plant almost down here.
Well, we'll end up waiting for her to finish up. Don't want to disturb her work. He starts to move just to the side a bit, just to get in the peripheral. Very slow, not alarming at all.
Well, she doesn't seem to be like busying herself. She seems just to be kind of standing there watching for a moment. Occasionally, it seems like she leans over the table. You actually see her picking up a hand and kind of rubbing it, like she's just trying to make something go underneath the skin or something. It's kind of odd. She kind of perks up and turns around. You can see her reach over and turn off the machine and head to the door and open it. You see Nora. She has what appears to be safety goggles on, rubber gloves, the surgical gear. She basically looks like a mad scientist at this point. Oh, hello there, kiddo. So good of you to come over. How are you doing? Do you want to come in? Do you want me to come out there? What do you want to do?
Your place. Your rules.
Oh, come on in. It's okay. I just turned off the embalmer. She just kind of backs right in.
He kind of looks at the exposed corpse and the work and kind of...
Yeah, when you look in, you see. It looks like an old man, really. Your guess is as good as anyone else how he died. He already looks like he probably should have been dead a while ago. You see what appears to be like just what appears to be a very large sort of IV straight into his neck right here with a pink fluid in the IV. She kind of goes over and removes the IV. It's not even really careful. She just kind of takes it out and then pushes the machine over. The room you're in clearly smells of formaldehyde in here. She seems to just kind of brush the man's hair a little bit. He's buck naked, by the way. Clothes in here. It's very, 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 this is truly what death is. Just very unattractive in every sense of the imagination. But she seems to be just having the time of her life, even though you don't know what time she's really having.
Well, I appreciate your company. And you ended up making it clear that you were dealing with a theft, if I recall.
Yes, of course. You see her kind of taking this strange long needle with what appears to be some sort of like rubbery thread. She's kind of looking at the guy's mouth and she's opening it up and stuff like that. Well, so since I called you, I've noticed that there's been 2 that's been missing. Now I need to well, when I say 2 missing, I mean corpses. I'm missing corpses, that sort of thing. And they just don't stand up and walk out of here.
No, of course not.
As she's doing this, you see her, like, kind of, again, she looks to be closing the mouth of this man. You see her, like, insert a needle into his chin and just starts pulling out. This appears to be nothing to her, though it might gross you out.
That's
Certainly, certainly not for the faint of heart, your line of work. Ugh.
Oh, no, but if you don't sew the mouth shut, it'll come open during the service. It's very unappealing to just about everybody. And that's literally what it looks like she's doing, is she's sewing this man's mouth shut. Of course, it doesn't seem to bother her one bit. So, I have 2 corpses that were scheduled to be cremated, and, well, I have my suspects. I initially thought it was Mr. Harmon doing weird things. Not that he's really known for that, but he was the only person I thought could have been doing it. Of course, he denied it. I made absolutely sure. She says, in the most happiest and a matter-of-fact tone, as she continues to sew this dead man's mouth shut. And it's not like the needles are over. Like, the needle is underneath the skin, so she's, like, reaching up under his lips and pulling it. It's gross. In any case, I kept my eye on him. I confronted him, of course, and made sure he was telling me the truth. And, well, then another one went missing, and I just knew it had to be his apprentice, Mr. Flowers. I think he's taken off with bodies. Now, what he's doing with them, only God knows.
oh no.
Well, now I understand that these situations are abnormal, but it takes a little bit of effort to end up moving a body, especially, like, were they prepared beforehand? Or
they
are
were
they
in the
currently 2
cooler,
days
Mr. Blanchet. They were in the cooler. We were going to fry them.
Fair enough.
But it's not that hard to get a body out of here. We have gurneys out the wazoo, and of course we have a carport downstairs so they can roll on right in here. So of course, I imagine that's how they got out. After that, it's no big business just to throw them in the trunk or something. Because, you know, it's not like I've never had to do that before.
Yeah, I thought you were kind of racist and eyebrow, like, this is normal. What?
Were there any, like, specific about these bodies about from being cremated, like man, woman, or, you know?
Well, let me think here. Well, both of them were men, I believe.
Well,
Both of them were scheduled to be cremated and not embalmed, too. So I suppose that's what they have in common. I think maybe they thought I wouldn't see them missing when they replaced their ashes with kitty litter, but, you know, I'm not that stupid.
integrity of the business must be maintained after all.
In any case, also, you don't know who's seen human remains as ashes before, so it's not like something I can hand over to my patrons, so you know what I mean. So far, I have them convinced that the cremator is just under some sort of repair and that we would get it well underway soon enough. But I need those corpses back, or I need something that resembles some corpses so I can burn them and hand them over to the mourning families, if you know what I'm saying.
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
Now, is there anything in particular about these corpses, any involvements we need to be concerned about?
No, I think Mr. Stewart died in a car accident, and then Mr. Fraze, he had cancer. So, no, I don't think so.
Appreciate
But like I
it.
said, I suspect Mr. Herman's apprentice, Mr. Flowers. Mr. Herman's going to get an earful after this. I do have his address.
That would be a great place to start. Mr. Flowers, you say?
I didn't pick him out. Mr. Ruth thought he would make, a good thing. He also is required when you go to mortuary school to have an apprenticeship. And,
pass back.
I have
checks and all
to
that
make
fun
it
stuff.
appear like this place is run normally.
Well, it is, isn't it?
Of course it is. I run a legitimate business. As she finishes up sewing this man's mouth shut, it appears she reaches over to like what appears to be some sort of like, you know, it looks like a shower, something you would use to wash dishes, and begins spraying the body off a bit, you know, kind of rubbing his hair down, maybe almost like bathing the guy. It's very odd. Again, just watching her work on this corpse while you're talking to her.
Well,
Yeah, in any case, I need to know. I need something.
we'll get to work immediately, Miss Rogers, and try and end up making sure that this is expedited. Now, this Mr. Flowers, he said he have an address. I guess that's the best place to start.
Well, I suppose he doesn't answer his phone when I call him, and I got work to do, so I can't go looking for him for myself. The last thing I want to do is call Duloc or something like that and tell him I need help. God, that's embarrassing.
Of course. So we'll end up keeping it nice and quiet. Ladies and gentlemen, let's grab that address and let's get going. There's a few places to end up checking out and a few calls to be made.
She kind of stops what she's doing. She pulls off her rubber gloves and heads over to like it appears it's a desk would be. It's more like a countertop. You can see a lot of what semi-medical paraphernalia kind of up there. Obviously, stuff she uses to do her work. She kind of grabs some scrap paper and then also a book from her shelf and kind of flips through it. And writes down an address and hands it to you. He's in St. Anne's Hill. It's kind of like what do you call them these days? Hipster town. Is that the hipster town? I don't know. It's not a bad place, but it's south of the river. Don't think I want to be going there. She just hands you the address.
He takes it and kind of leans to you, Danielle. What's a hipster?
I'll tell you in the car. She kind of just sighs.
Okay. Well, we'll get right to it, Nora. It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, sure. You betcha, kiddo. I really appreciate this. She kind of looks to the other two. I'm sorry. Have I been introduced to you two? She takes an extra long look at Adam. Though it doesn't seem like she's particularly appalled by your appearance. She just kind of stares at you for a moment before turning to Danielle.
I don't think we have Danielle Delavine. She kind of gives her an awkward smile.
Nice to meet you, Miss Delavine. My name is Nora Rogers, and you, sir?
Adam Fitzpatrick. It's a pleasure, Miss.
Oh,
Rogers.
sure. You betcha. Okay, then. Keep some interesting friends here. In any case.
Gotta keep your company where you can. It's always good to have friends in all kinds of places. After all, you got a friend in me.
Oh, you're so silly. Anyway, it's nice knowing ya. I mean, what?
Oh. Let's get out of here.
Tulio follow quite nervously, kind of trailing after Bart.
Adam will just give Nora a little nod and leave.
She has the same basically through this entire ordeal that you guys just kind of sat through while she was embalming a corpse in front of you and then sewing its mouth shut. She's constantly had this wide-eyed, bright smile the entire time, and it's never changed one bit. As you leave, she just kind of continues to stand there and give you the same smile. As soon as you shut the door, if you look back in the window, she's just turning back to her work and getting back to work doing things like nothing.
Think maybe if it was a year or two more, I'd be on that fucking slab. Let's get out of here. I need to get that out of my head. All right. So we're gonna need a van. We're gonna need a lot of gas. And what else are we gonna need? Yeah, I think I got a shopping list. All right. Now, Mr. Fitzpatrick, yeah, how good are you at keeping an eye out on things? After all, he kind of pulls off his sunglasses, these purple little bits, and then puts his papers on. My eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Well, I'm as good as any other member of my clan, I suppose.
The stereotype's needless, I assure you. We just got some work to end up doing. So, how about we get to it?
So how are we gonna go about getting this van and getting to the address?
Well, the reason we end up having Miss Delavine here, Miss Delavine, in an earlier conversation you had alluded to you having a colorful history.
Her eyes kind of narrow a bit and kind of look at him.
And that experience might be coming in handy in the near future. Now.
Okay, it's a good thing I brought all my stuff then. She kind of just sighs. She takes her bag.
Yeah, there's a lesson to be learned, Mr. Fitzpatrick. You see, Danielle there is very quick to end up making sure that she is prepared for any and all inconveniences, especially when it comes to these little tasks that we go through from night to night. Might be best to make sure that you're prepared.
If I wasn't prepared, I wouldn't be here.
Excellent. Let's get on the road then. I need to make a quick stop to end up picking up something more accommodating.
Yeah, what about, because she kind of just gestures at Fitzpatrick and looking at your car, kind of like, kind of just doing this with her hands, kind of like, one of these things is not like the other type of thing.
Well, you're familiar with 8th and Main?
Well enough, if not, I'm a fast learner.
Alright. Find me, there's a little burger joint on there. Fries are terrible, don't try them. End up staying around there. Look for the big white van with the red stripe.
I'll be waiting then.
Good. It's an old panel truck. You'll know it when you see it. Come on, Miss Delavine. We have some work to do.
Yeah. You just hum along beside him,
As they leave, Adam's going to look towards the shadows if there's a dark alley or a bush or something, and he's just going to obfuscate.
Well, sure enough, if I might be permitted a time skip, just to keep this party rolling. You do, in fact, after about maybe half an hour or so, end up seeing Bartholomew and perhaps Danielle Delavine. I'm pretty sure in passenger seat and pull up in a white panel van, red stripe down the side. Fairly big vehicle. Even you might be able to find some way to squeeze yourself in.
I see a van with a red stripe passes. Adam's gonna do what they discussed before. He's just going to glance inside to side to step out of obfuscate. Oh, it's about time. I thought.
Yeah. You thought what?
Well, let's get this British on the road, eh? Now get in the back.
Well, I certainly wasn't expecting a rat shotgun. Well, both end up driving off. The crew assembled and in a appropriate vehicle for the task. Heading to the address supplied by Nora Rogers and the grisly task ahead of them.
All right, so you make it to the neighborhood. At least right now the town is full of bars, so at least initially the streets are pretty active as you see a bunch of bar hoppers, even at this time of the week being just a Tuesday. You see quite a few people just kind of walking the sidewalks, going to different bars. But the more you get into the neighborhood, the quieter it seems to get. You know, the periodic street light. You know, here and there you may see maybe a homeless guy or a stray cat or something like that. You eventually get to the house. It is a rather medium-sized house, maybe. It seems like it could use a new coat of paint, though it's not in complete disrepair, and it looks like the yard needs mowed. Um, Not horribly, but it's probably been 2 weeks. It put it off just a little bit too long. All the lights are out. There doesn't seem to be any cars just sitting in front of it or anything of that nature.
Are there any signs of security, like I don't know, one of those ADP stickers on the window or anything like that?
No.
Alright. Miss Delavine, I believe this might be your ticket. You think you can find us a way in?
She just kind of looks at the house. Is it a detached house, or is it kind of just houses kind of in a row? Or is it?
I mean, they're not, they're just house in a small yard, a very small yard, just kind of a very standard city neighborhood.
I could loop around the back, maybe. She kind of squints a bit. Yeah, I could figure out something. She kind of...
Adam, I'm gonna need you to do what you do best, and, well, if things go tits up, well, you're gonna need to end up looking after our little darling now, won't you? I'm sure she'll appreciate strong, strapping young, and he looks up and then cringes for a second, just looking at you, individuals such as yourself.
Well, that's no problem. I'm sure Miss Delavine can handle herself, but I'll follow along. I mean, I know a couple of tricks and things to get in as well.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a call if you end up seeing anything.
Adam's going to get out of the back of the van. Is 2D out yet?
Oh yeah, 2D's popped out.
Yeah, is she looking at me or is she looking away from me?
She's looking away from you. She just particularly doesn't want to look at you. She's kind of more fixated on the house, kind of,
Cool.
moving to a quiet area in which she will obfuscate.
I'm also going to obfuscate.
Okay. You're both obfuscated?
Yeah. I don't really have any choice but to obfuscate.
You can't see each other. Good job.
Yep.
Yay! So, if I can, if the porchway is open, I'll just kind of make my way across the back, kind of just loop my way around the house towards the back door.
Okay, well, you're headed to the back door. There is a fence you need to climb over. Do you have any athletics at all?
I do indeed. I have one.
Okay, that's good enough. It's not a high fence.
I do the same thing.
All right, that's fine. In the back, you see what looks like a small clothesline, maybe a couple of lawn chairs, and you can see the back door. No lights still.
No lights at all. Okay. Can't see the back door. She'll probably kind of trying to get close to one of the windows, if possible, and kind of just peek in, just to see if there's anyone there at all, any kind of sign of life.
Go ahead and roll perception alertness.
No problem. Three.
I'm gonna dice strike pepper. Okay. From what you can tell, you don't see anything in there right now. It's kind of dark. but you don't see like anything moving. You know what I mean? You might see like the microwave, clock on or something like that.
Okay. And there's no kind of back door where I am by a window or anything like that. Would I be able to see
Oh,
that
I
at
mean,
all?
yeah, there's a back door there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She'll probably kind of very obviously kind of go over to the back door and kind of well, she'll come out of the obvious gate probably as she reaches and kind of just gingerly kind of just touches the door handle she tries to like pick the lock obviously.
No, it's not. It's locked. So you're gonna try to pick it?
Yeah, she'll just get out her pick set from her
Dex
bag.
larceny.
That is just the one.
Okay. So you're sitting there for a while, trying to open the door. Eventually, it does creak open as you manage to carefully set all the tumblers in place to get it open.
All right. Once the door is open, you kind of slowly creak it open, kind of stand to the side, so in case anyone suddenly comes out, they won't see her immediately, and kind of just peek in.
Again,
See if she sees anyone.
don't see anything. What you're looking at appears to be the kitchen, but you don't see anyone in here.
Okay. And kind of if she doesn't see anything, she'll kind of just very quietly kind of sneak in, going in. Probably not popping obfuscate just yet. She'll just go in.
Well, you've already popped obfuscate because you were touching things.
Oh yeah. So she'll just go straight in, just crouching down, kind of keeping very low.
Okay, Adam, what are you doing?
Adam's literally just going to follow in behind her.
Okay. This isn't a particularly big house. You walk into the kitchen. Through a doorway, you can see what appears to be the living room, and to the left, you see maybe an extension of the kitchen. The kitchen and the dining room appear to be almost one room, pretty much. To the right, you see a hall, which has two staircases, one heading up and one heading down. They're basically right next to each other, as well as at the end of the hall that looks like a bathroom, at least at the end of this hall.
Okay. Probably if he has dead bodies, they'll probably be in the basement too, do you think? So she'll probably head towards the one that leads down. Probably as she passes, she'll check the living room as well.
You don't see anything in the living room.
Okay.
Adam? Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was just going to ask, is the house itself like tidy, or is it messy?
It looks lived in. It doesn't look like a complete garbage heap, but it's not like a spigot like anally cleaned or anything like that. It doesn't seem like anyone who's particularly ADD is cleaning this place. It looks lived in, but it doesn't look trashed.
Adam's going to be doing the same thing, essentially. He's going to
He's going to follow 2D.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, you head downstairs, and both of you start to get a very sickly, sweet, kind of rotten smell. Sweet, citrusy, but it's rotting smell. And as the farther you walk down in, you can also smell something else, which is the very faint scent of blood, for sure. It's very dark in here, though, so you can't see anything.
She'll probably activate Auspex 1 for her vision to see if she can see a light switch or anything like that, and just kind of keeping very low, kind of just taking gentle steps forward.
Go ahead and roll perception, alertness. DC will be 6 since you... Wait, does Auspex lower it 2 if you're focusing? Yes. DC will be 6.
Okay. Nope, nothing. That's a fail.
Right, you can't find a light switch. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're walking in here kind of dark, and things like that. Adam, what are you doing? You're following her still? You're not going to do anything?
I said, I think I'm going to CD sort of looking around at the top of the stairs, I'm going to just stand guard at the door and look around and see if I can see or hear anything.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception alertness.
Okay. Okay, so it's 2 successes.
All right. You can hear a little bit of noise out on the street. It doesn't sound like anything, like any sort of hubbub or anything. It sounds like maybe neighbors talking really loudly next door, or maybe a television's on really loud. But you don't hear anything close by that you think will be threatening. Danielle, you continue downstairs. You step down onto the basement floor. It's still the smell is now quite strong. Your feet scrape against a hard floor. It feels like the floor is cement. This basement is unfinished. Go ahead and roll perception alertness again. DC will be 7. What is wrong with your dice today?
Yeah, pretty much. That's my.
All right. You continue to walk forward.
It's par for the course.
And you run into something hard. It kind of gives a nice little clang sound, like it's made out of metal. You like stub your toe on it because you didn't see it there.
Yeah, she kind of winces and like drops down and kind of like hopes to God there's not like the sound of footsteps. So she's like, "Fuck!" So she kind of looks around, like looking at the thing she clanged against.
No, you don't hear anything really. You just made a big old now pung sound, but you ran into some sort of metal thing. What are you gonna do now?
She's probably going to see what the metal thing she's after walking straight into is and kind of just feel her hands along it if she can.
All right, it's kind of square. It kind of comes, I mean, if you're staying kneeled down, it's going to be, it comes to an end at about your head, and it's about as wide too. If you knock on it, it sounds a little hollow. Your educated guess is this is probably a washer or dryer.
Okay. She's kind of established. She's definitely, yeah, she kind of looks at it then, and if it's a washer or dryer, can I feel that kind of the place where you kind of lift up, or is it more like a washing machine where you kind of pull open the circular thing? And would it be
yeah, you can lift up the lid, yeah.
I should probably lift up the lid and just check, probably just check for anything really.
When you reach in, you feel like something wet, like wet clothes. Yeah. But keep in mind that the smell that you're smelling is not coming from here. In fact, everything smells spring fresh out of this machine.
So she'd probably go nope and just gently close it again and probably follow the smell, that repugnant smell,
Okay. I'll go ahead and give that to you. You kind of walk forward a little bit. Again, your feet kind of shuffling against the cement floor. Till eventually you kind of kick what feels like a table stand or something like that.
Okay.
It is wooden, as far as you can tell.
Okay. She'd probably gingerly kind of just place her hands on the table, kind of feeling for anything that would resemble... The
moment you place your hand on the table, you place your hand on something that is metal. The rest of the table isn't metal. You're placing your hand on something that is metal, though.
Okay. She'll kind of probably try and look down as close as she can as it, and even like trying to, if she can move the metal into her hands.
Yeah, you can easily pick it up. And as you kind of feel it around, you feel a little sharpness as your finger is cut. Educated guess says you're holding a knife, probably at the sharp, pointy end.
So she's going to immediately turn it around and kind of hold on to the handle as she kind of will try and
pull it. And as you pull it closer to your face, too, to get a closer look and cutting your finger, you smell a distinct smell of old coagulated blood. I mean, you might have smelled this before. It may be blood out of a blood bag or something. Something that is not fresh. Of course, it's really dark. You're basically blind at this point. So far into the basement.
Yeah. She'll kind of go back to looking for a light switch because she's flying blind here and walking into things, so she can find anything that resembles a light switch.
As you kind of reach around, you reach up towards where the washer was, and you feel a pull string, and you yank it down. It gives you a little bit of light. You turn back to where you're facing, and the table that you were just at is illuminated to show what appears to be a mutilated corpse.
Oh.
It appeared that, yeah. I mean, there's not blood everywhere, but you could definitely see blood. The guy's face is a little bloodied over. He seems to be missing an arm, which is odd to you, but there's one there. Of course, you don't recognize him because you didn't ask for a description from Nora, but
yeah.
there's a body right there, and you have a knife in your hand. And you froze. Oh, no.
Bart's kind of waiting outside in the panel truck. He's keeping an eye out. Maybe any late arrivals. Does he have any signs that anything has gone horribly misarray just yet? Or does he
not
see
just
anything?
yet.
Okay. Always part of being the watch.
Wait for Danielle to get back here. All right, Danielle. Adam, are you doing anything?
Yeah. As the lights turn on in the basement, I'm just gonna walk down the stairs to see 2D holding a knife over a mutilated corpse.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's pretty much what you see. Yep. What are you gonna do now, 2D?
She's gonna inspect the body and kind of well, she saw Nora embalming it or anything like that, so she's gonna kind of just basically check the body out really and just see is there any distinctive distinctive things about it or anything like that, or any distinctive markings on the mutilation or anything like that.
Roll perception. No, wait. Roll intelligence medicine.
Intelligence medicine, okay. It's 3?
Sure, yeah.
3.
On the arm that's not missing, you see what appear to be needle marks on his arm, right where his veins would be. When you look at it and you inspect his face further, his eyes are missing. He's missing his left arm. As you kind of inspect the torso, it looks like a very, very poor Y incision was done. Very, very poor. Like, not done well at all. As much as you can do with a kitchen knife, you know? Though if you peel the skin back, the rib cage has not been harmed.
She kind of just says out loud, probably, it looks like he's taking stuff. What the fuck? She'll probably bring Bonche immediately. Just whip out her phone and start ringing. Probably if Adam makes himself known, she has no clue he's there. She's too busy looking at his body.
Adam would make himself known, but he'd kind of walk around in front of 2D before revealing himself up and giving a bit of distance. Just like, wow, look what we found here.
Bonjour.
Yeah. I think I may have found one of the bodies. It's mutilated to all shit. He's taking organs. The eyes are missing.
Oh, thank God.
This is very poorly done. 2D kind of looks at him, check upstairs.
Alright. I'll bring the panel truck out to the back. Is there a back alley behind there that we can park into, make this quick and quiet?
Oh.
Yes.
Excellent. Now, that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up bringing in some bags.
We don't have the other one.
What do you mean you don't have the other one?
Bart, we don't have...
Okay. All right. I'm gonna come in there. I'm gonna end up having somebody else there keep an eye out. Don't want somebody walking away with a truck with a corpse in it. I'm too old for this shit. All right. Once we end up getting this all said and done, we'll start looking around. You said that this one body means you had to move the other one, right?
Yeah.
So maybe somewhere inside his little domicile we'll end up finding some place to end up showing where he may have taken it off to.
Mm-hmm. She kind of looking at Adam, kind of like, get on that, you know what I mean?
I'll head up and see what's around. We should probably get out of here before whoever did that comes back.
Well, not like somebody's calling the police over the fact that they got a couple of stolen corpses suddenly stolen from them. So let's get this done. Bartholomew starts to drive the van into the back alley.
Bartholomew, as you back the van into the alley, how far back do you park it?
Probably maybe a couple houses down, just to end up making sure we'll end up getting it there when we end up meeting. Move the bodies, make it quick, but if that van's not supposed to be in that driveway, it might draw some suspicion.
Okay. Well, as you start moving your vehicle, you see another vehicle drive close by. They park in front of the house where Danielle and Adam are. They don't get out of the car immediately. You just kind of observe them sitting there. But you're moving your vehicle, so.
Maybe this is why kids text. Danielle, pick up.
Did he freeze again?
Danielle.
Yeah. She kind of says to them.
All right. You got an incoming from front door.
Oh, fuck. She just hangs up the phone and kind of will reach over, turn out the light, and kind of dive by the washing machine and kind of immediately obfuscate, kind of keeping the knife in her jacket.
Adam, you went upstairs, right?
I'll be right back.
Yes, I did.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception alertness.
Okay.
Okay, you hear a car up front, kind of pull up front of the house. It's pretty clear, as you kind of glimpse out the window a little bit from the front of the upstairs hallway. You see what appears to be, an early 2000s sedan, white sedan, just kind of parked there.
The first thing Adam would probably do is he's going to turn the light off that was turned on.
Okay.
And then he's probably going to obfuscate and guard at the top of the stairs.
Okay, so you're upstairs at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I'm in the kitchen, yeah. And if they came down to... I'd try and shut the door, but if they came down to the basement, I would follow them.
Okay. Are you guys going to do anything else?
If they're... from what I can hear, or anyone, would I be able to hear?
You're breaking up so bad, buddy.
No. No, I'm not sure.
Okay, here we are.
Am I able to hear?
Are you able to hear anything? Is that what you were saying?
Big.
Oh no, your internet sucks, dude. Make it stop sucking so much. Of course. Hello? There you are.
Hello?
There.
Would I be able to hear anything?
Roll perception alertness.
Just 2.
You'll notice the light upstairs that Adam turn off. You'll notice that. He doesn't say anything, though. You don't see him. Just the lights turn off.
Okay, she'll crouch down in the dark in the
Okay.
basement and
Is anyone else going to do anything? Everyone's kind of just hiding at the moment, right?
Bartholomew is currently driving. He's taking his time watching this individual as he approaches the front door. Did he enter?
Yeah, you see him sitting there in his car for a moment. You didn't drive far enough to be out of eyeshot, did you?
No. If somebody got his attention, he's trying to make sure they keeps an eye on it. After all, he's supposed to be on watch.
Okay. You see him sitting in his car for a moment. Do you want to go ahead and roll perception alertness?
Oh, yeah, because, that's definitely what this old fogey, eyes like an elephant. What is it? Perception 2, alertness 1. So, hey, sweet, no penalties.
Okay.
Might have seen some.
He appears to be talking on a phone for a good long while before he gets out of his car and heads up to the front porch. The gentleman appears to be a young man with dark hair, very average build. He just kind of heads to the front door. You see him get out his keys, unlock the front door, and walk in. As he walks in, the light in the front living room turns on. Inside, you guys can definitely hear this guy entering into the front living room. Hello? Jenna, you here? I saw the lights on a minute ago.
Bartholomew at this point stops near van for a second. Even parking in the back might not be a good idea. He starts to step out of the van. He leaves it running. Not gonna take long. He just wants to inspect the car. What kind of car is it? He gets close and smells. One corpse missing. Maybe the other one's still in the boot.
Okay. Go ahead. What are you doing first exactly?
Once this individual gets back into his home, he pulls the fan over for a moment, exits the fan, leaving it running. It's all good. It's a nice enough neighborhood. And he starts to walk over like he wants to end up taking a look, maybe take it for a spin.
Roll
What is
perception.
this?
Okay, well, the car looks to be like a 2001 Chevrolet Malibu. It's white. It has 4 doors. You see rust down at the bottom of the doors. Obviously, this was probably a hand-me-down or a used purchase. Either that or he bought it when it was new and has never replaced it and not taken the greatest care of it.
Oh, that's an affront. That's what that is. Bartholomew is spending a willpower on this particular one. He needs to know his focus is on it.
What is he doing?
This is your perception. He's trying to see any evidence, smell any evidence of.
Okay.
Might be been used to move the body.
You smell a very faint citrusy sickly sweet, rotting smell, but it's very faint.
Well then, he reaches over for a second, just pops the hood a little bit, and reaches over and removes one of the plugs from the from the spark plug.
Oh, you mean from the car? From this car?
Just
Okay, well, to pop the hood,
enough
you
to
need to open the door, and the door is locked.
No, actually, if I recall, that make actually has a under if latched hood, does it not?
Mine didn't.
Yours didn't?
No.
Okay.
You had to pop it first and then underlatch it.
Well then. Would Bartholomew potentially know a workaround to that?
Roll intelligence. Pure intelligence.
Straight intelligence? Okay. So
Or wits, whatever higher.
no worries. Just double checking the old character sheet.
Sure.
Terrible roll.
Alright, I don't know what it is, but I rolled a chance dice. I'm gonna say yes. You know a work around that. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna pretend you know what that is.
Well, because Bartholomew knows the problem with this grill is that while it doesn't leave a lot of fingers to end up getting under for the hood, the grill itself pops with very little issue. In which case you can reach your finger and then, oh, there it is. Up it goes, just raises it enough. Unplugs. Closes it. And gets back to his truck.
Okay. Inside, you hear a man call out again, you two going, Jenna? As he kind of walks into the room. He walks into the kitchen. Adam, where are you exactly?
What's the kitchen like?
It's not the largest kitchen. You're kind of standing. It depends. There's a small dining room area, and then there's kind of like a counter space, and you see the oven and the refrigerator and stuff. And then there's the back door, and then there's kind of the hallway leading to the downstairs area. And then in the very back of that hallway is the bathroom.
Right, okay. Where would common sense dictate I hide is a question. I'd probably still be in the kitchen.
Do you have common sense?
I do.
Okay. Common sense would dictate that you should get out of his way, that's for sure. Probably get out of the way of the basement door.
Yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd do that. Like, is there space around the refrigerator? Because I'd probably be sort of, yeah.
Or the dining room, whatever. You'd still be in the relatively same space. So you scuttle kind of out of arm's reach of him if he might accidentally bump into you. In fact, he does head straight down. He says he heads straight down to the basement. 2D, you're hiding by the dryer. You're obfuscated, right? Yeah.
Yep.
You see a silhouette of a man at the top of the stairs. He walks down the stairs. He turns on the light down there, illuminating the corpse. He just kind of stands there for a little bit. You hear him take a nice big, kind of sigh. You just go, and then he kind of heads back upstairs. Adam, you see him head back upstairs to the kitchen and then turn immediately and go up to the second floor for a moment. You can hear him calling, Jenna?
I'm going to be following this guy, and while I'm following him, I'm going to be doing trying to see if there seems anything about him of note. You know, is there still that sickly sweet smell of chemically smell around him?
Go ahead and roll perception alertness.
Okay.
You don't smell anything in particular on him, no. You just kind of, as you kind of follow him up the stairs, you see him head up into the upstairs hallway. And then you kind of see him like opening up doors and looking into rooms. Jenna? Are you there?
Yeah. I said, I'm just literally. What does a hallway look like? Is it a narrow hallway? Or
Yeah, it's pretty narrow. You see about 3 doors, 2 on one side, 1 on the other.
Right. Okay.
He kind of
I'm
opens
gonna.
each one and peeks in. Just it looks like he's looking for somebody. It's pretty clear what he's doing.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stand a ways back so he doesn't bump right into me.
Sure. He's going to kind of look around a little bit and then walk right past you and back downstairs into the kitchen.
It's at that point Bartholomew is walking up to the back door. He actually ends up walking up and giving it a little bit of a knock.
Bartholomew, you see the kitchen light on, and you kind of hear the creaking of wood as you can hear someone clearly coming downstairs, as that's where this man is heading. You said you knocked at the back door?
Yep.
Okay. The gentleman kind of heads to the door as you knock to it. He goes to unlock the door and sees that the door is already unlocked. He kind of pauses there for a moment before he opens the door up. Hello?
I need some help. My car stalled. Can I use your phone and do it? I'm so sorry.
He kind of reaches into his pocket and hands you his cell phone. Here. Yeah, sure.
Oh, I appreciate it.
No problem. Where's your car?
Oh, just down the road. Yours was the first light I ended up seeing on. Might I step in? It's cold in here. Won't you invite me in? Which obviously is a dominate tactic.
Which word or which one are you doing?
Mesmerize.
1 or 2? 2?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and I can't remember what the rule is.
He wants to invite me in.
You got a couple of 10s. Sure. He just kind of nods. He's like, yeah, sure, come in. And he kind of, lets you into the kitchen.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thanks. I'm damn my luck tonight. Name's Bart.
Oh, nice to...
Boncher.
He kind of reaches out to shake your hand. Do you have, Blush of Health or anything?
Yes.
Okay. He shakes your hand. Roman. My name's Roman.
Roman? Oh, Mr. Roman.
Flowers.
Flowers, odd name. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. He literally calls his buddy at the repair shop.
Okay, you do
and
that.
he's literally he's just chatting, but what he's doing is he's actually discussing about a completely different vehicle. But
Right.
It's a problem he needs to end up getting fixed anyway. Might as well do it on this guy's time.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know what vehicle you're talking about, so He just kind of stands there awkwardly watching you. He doesn't seem mad. He just kind of, doesn't feel like he should, not stop watching you at the moment. You're just kind of standing in his kitchen.
Yeah. I appreciate, and Bartholomew's voice is probably carrying a bit because old man hard of hearing. I appreciate it. Just damn wheels, you know. It's yeah, I know. Just appreciate it. Now, Mr. Flowers, I think you and I want to end up having a bit of a conversation when my ride gets here to pick me up, if that's quite all right. You're not going to leave an old man in the cold, are you?
He just kind of nods. He's like, yeah, sure. He kind of heads over to the dining room and pulls out a chair for you. You can take a seat right here. Do you want some water or something?
That would be lovely, sir.
As he kind of holds the chair open for you to take a seat. As soon as you sit down, he kind of leaves and gets a glass out of his cabinets and of course goes to the tap and gets you water and takes it to you.
Oh, I'm just. Oh, thank you very much. This hasn't been my night. Well, you've been very hospitable, Mr. Flowers.
No problem.
It's nice little place you got here. I wish they didn't put me in the home again.
Well, at least someone's taking care of you, huh? That's good.
I'm just really concerned. But you must be pretty well off.
No, I'm not. Not really. No.
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 Oh, that's a shame, fine young man, such as yourself. I think it might be best to end up taking the night and going to bed and going to sleep. That might be best for me right now. I'm just sorry, I'm dozing off. Late night, way past my bedtime.
That's okay. I mean, you're at the home. Doesn't anyone know you're out?
I snuck out.
Are you allowed? Oh, what home are you with? Maybe I should give them a call. They could probably come get you.
But then they know I'm out. Can't let them know that.
Don't they have like? I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't go to a home or anything, but I mean, don't they have like a front desk that would know that you're gone?
Deborah's terrible. She just doesn't pay attention to anything. She doesn't listen to us. Nothing. It's just absolutely horrible. I need to get out. I need to stretch my wings. They're treating you like you're old and useless. Not that you didn't know anything about that. Look at you, several years on you. But maybe I think it's a good time to go to sleep.
Are you a command?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As you say that, he kind of sits there for a moment and then dozes off.
Appreciate it, sir. He goes through the phone and deletes the contact.
Okay.
And
do you have any computer or technology?
No, but this is gonna be fucking hilarious to see an old man try.
Do a wits roll DC 8.
All right, that is a very good roll. Wits roll DC 8. Okay, so it takes a while.
Yeah,
probably about 5-6 minutes. Like, what?
Yeah, it takes quite some time.
Oh, you slide it to the side. Oh,
right.
What? I miss buttons.
All right, Adam. Meanwhile, what are you doing?
As Mr. Bunchy was distracting Mr. Flowers, Adam would have, still obfuscated, gone upstairs towards the hallway, and he'd be just sort of peeking into the room, seeing if he can find. He's just doing a general investigation, seeing if he can find anything.
All right. There's 2 doors on the left and 1 on the right. Where do you go first?
I'll head towards the 2 doors on the left first.
Okay. The first door on the left, as you go in, appears to be a bathroom. Do you want to roll perception alertness?
I will.
Okay. As you kind of walk in here, you get the faint, sickly sweet, rotting smell in this room.
Okay. As he kind of picks up the sweet, sickly smell, Adam is going to, again, he's going to follow his nose, basically, like trying to theorize whether, obviously there's probably been a body or something here, or it might have just been cleaned up. Or it could just be cleaning products. But do I smell blood or just the sort of sweet, chemical-y smell?
Well, hold on. Let me see here.
Like,
just a sweet chemically smell.
Right, okay. Yeah, then in that case, Adam's just going to assume that's bleach and things used in the bathroom, and then he's gonna look around. After a quick look around in the bathroom, he's gonna check out the other room, the next room on the left.
Okay. When you go into this room, it appears to be a bedroom.
Okay.
Okay. You kind of look around a bit, but you don't really see much of anything interesting in here. Just clothes. His bed doesn't appear to be made. Dressers, when you look in the dressers, there's like underwear, socks, your standard fare in here. Nothing of any real, suspect. You look over, kind of on top of his dresser, you see kind of like graduation certificates from mortuary school and things like that, or certification things that he's kind of set up on his dresser.
Yeah. And we'll just quickly glance towards us and think, well, we definitely got the right house. Let's just hope Jenna doesn't come home soon, whoever she may be. He's gonna, just after a quick look, he's just going to leave that, just shut the door as it was. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to just finally look at the last room.
The last room appears to be an office. Go ahead and roll perception investigation.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to look up my investigation briefly. Right, okay, so yeah, that's what I thought it was. What's the DC?
6. As you go into this room, your eye is immediately kind of drawn to the desk in there. And as you kind of look at the desk, there's paper. On one of the papers, you can see a big old red letters that just say past due.
Right, okay. Are these letters sealed or?
No, they're not sealed. Well, some of them are, but some of them aren't. They clearly look like bills, water bills, student loans, more student loans, rent. All of them say past due.
Right, okay. Interesting. I'm just going to just have a quick look. I don't really have anything with me to take a record of it, but again, just is there a computer in the office or anything? Is it just literally?
Yeah, there's a laptop in there.
I'll just I'll just lift the screen up and see if he's been silly enough to leave it on.
No, it's off. It's like completely turned off.
Yeah. So then Adam's gonna, again, just close it. He's not really got any skill with such things himself, and he's gonna leave things as they are, perfectly sort of rearranging to make sure it's all as it was left. And then as he does that, he's going to leave the room, shut the door jar, and just head back downstairs.
Okay. Danielle, what are you doing?
She's going to investigate the room because it looks like he's harvested the second body. So she's going to, if there's any bags at all, she's just going to check like there are any like plastic bags or anything like that, or any signs of the second body.
Not that you're aware of. No, you don't see any signs of another body right now.
Okay.
Just the one that's already there. Go ahead and roll a pure wits roll. Once you get unfrozen.
Yeah.
Attack of the Dublin connection.
Ugh, I know.
Come on, 2D.
I'm waiting for you.
Back. Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah. Got one. If it's hearing.
Oh, this is kind of basic, but I wanted to roll this for you too. You are acutely aware that while the basement is cool, it is not cold enough to keep this body from decaying.
Okay. This one's cool. Is there any sign then in this basement of a freezer then or anything like that? Or any
There's a small fridge. Mini fridge.
She's going to chance it and open the fridge, like hoping to God he doesn't store them in the fridge. But he's probably guessing he's got to store them someplace else. But she'll just chance it and open the fridge door.
We open the fridge and you find that guy's eyes in a jar in there.
Oh, I guess you kind of just take a step back. Oh, okay. Hey, is there just his guy's eyes, or is there any more body parts in there actually?
No, it's just the eyes.
Oh, is it just a one fridge door, or is it like a kind of? Is there a freezer on the top as well?
No, it's just a mini fridge. You know, it's
okay,
not that big.
Okay.
All right. So what are y'all doing?
She's probably gonna, if she hears the noise stop, and she's gonna head back up and see if he's still there, or and run and tell Bart.
You get up there and you see Bart sitting at a table with a guy who's slumped over in his chair snoring.
I'm also gonna head down.
Shh, Biddy, time for Bonzo. So, what did we find, ladies and gentlemen?
I'll let the lady start first. That's more interesting than what I found.
I found the body, eyes and all that. He keeps them in the fridge. There's no sign of the second body.
I think I know where that is. Now, I need to end up having a conversation with this young man.
Wow, it's there's some stuff up there that might interest you. It seems like Mr. Flowers here is in a lot of debt. I don't know if that could be a possible motive or not, but that's all I found, just his bills, but everything seems pretty normal. I could smell bleach in the bathroom, but appears to be no blood.
Then
From what I saw of the body, he's been harvesting it, like basically chopping off bits. The eyes are in the fridge, but I don't know what he's been doing with the rest of it. It looks like he's cutting them up, basically.
Well, then, maybe, just maybe, we need to end up going and getting some final touches. We're just here for the bodies, after all. Now, beg and tell, would you mind check under the counter? There's probably some trash bags. Wrap it up. Danielle, he throws or he hands her some car keys. Truck's parked enough. Or the panel van's just enough for. Back it on up. Keep it quiet. Load the body into the back. We'll close it out. Just keep everything nice and cool.
She just gently hands the car keys back. I can't drive. I'll load up the body. You back up the thing. She just kind of gives you a smile. Me and Nos will pack up the body. And she kind of, begins to go reach over.
The problem is we need a second driver.
What kind of drive is it?
Now, well, definitely something not here for someone your size. That's most assured. However, I'd like to end up having a conversation with this young gentleman, and I think that you two may not want to be in the room when I have that conversation.
Judy just shrugs. I don't mind. And she kind of sits down.
Probably best for me not to be present.
No, Adam, you get the bags and start wrapping up the body.
Yeah, I'll dump the body in the back van. Holler if you need me.
If we needed to holler, he'd be dead. I'd rather not have to end up dumping a third body. Now, Miss Delavine, I want you to consider for a moment. This young gentleman is in need. He's in a most precarious position. If it were revealed what he was doing, he would be arrested, thrown in jail.
Mm-hmm.
While all that is unfortunate, it's none of our concern. However, a man with these skills must be doing something. You say he's putting up organs. Perhaps he's selling them?
Seems to be.
And if he's selling them, what does that tell you?
He's selling them to some sort of doctor, probably. Maybe back alley deal, or depends.
In which case, I would hate to end up letting such a hiccup end up impeding the fair market. It's ghoulish, I know, but what are we gonna do? Are we gonna kill him? Are we going to turn him to the police, in which case the investigation goes back to the problem we were trying to avoid? What do we do with this? Smiles.
This is a dude, right?
This is what?
A resource. Income, money.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to end up discussing matters with this individual once we have the bodies underway. So, I'm going to, and Bartholomew takes his car keys. Because, as I recall, he never put them back in his pocket when he ended up opening the back door when he was preparing. And I'm going to drive his car and park it in the back. What I would like for you to do is to take your fill of him. Don't kill him. Just keep him low for a moment. Enjoy yourself. Have considered a meal delivered on me.
Okay. She kind of just looks at them oddly.
He starts to walk back out. He actually walks out the front door, puts his head a little lower. Of course, he puts the spark plug back, or the cap back on the spark plug, starts up the engine, starts to drive it into the back, parks it where he can fit his panel truck right beside. Once he does that, he drives the panel truck and backs it up and ends up leaving the back door unlocked. Ends up coming back as he watches a garbage bag, corpse in a garbage bag being carried out by our dear Adam, who is hard at work as he should be. Glad to keep this mess under wraps. He then ends up taking the time to reach in and unlocks the trunk of Mr. Flowers' car, opening it up expecting the worst.
You find nothing in it, really. You see some blankets in there. Kind of smells like you remember it before.
You're making this difficult for me, Mr. Flowers. Very well. Starts to open the back door. Seems he has already made a delivery. Well,
Maybe we should. Should you call out, and if he says that loudly, maybe we should find out where that delivery is.
I'm thinking so. Do your thing, Tootie. I'll be with you in a moment. He leans in and takes the glass of water it was ever so politely offered. Dumps a little bit of it in the sink. Places it back down. And sits back in the chair that he was. Dipping his fingers in what's left of it, he kind of waits for Fitzpatrick to end up leaving out the back door. And flicks some of the water onto Mr. Flowers' face.
Mr. Flowers doesn't wake up right away. But as you kind of, try to egg him on to waking up a bit more, he kind of startles for a moment and he just kind of looks at you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I fall asleep? Christ.
Well,
It's been some long nights lately. I'm really sorry. Has your ride come yet?
I was about to. I was just... You were saying something about you, and he's using mesmerize. You were just saying something about a delivery you just made, and giving all those wonderful details.
Hold on a second.
Dominate 2.
No, just checking something. My notes real fast.
Oh, no worries.
It's taking a moment to come up.
No.
And I got somebody trying to give me a phone call. Hold on.
Okay.
Stupid telemarketers.
Okay, so could you repeat what you were just saying?
You were just talking about a delivery you were making, giving all the details.
I was. Um, delivery. Oh, well, I wasn't making any delivery today. I have a friend down in the face. You know.
Who is that friend?
She goes by Raven.
Raven. What does she need with all those pieces?
Well, I don't know. He seems really confused as you say these things. I mean, are we talking about the same thing here? What are we talking
I
about?
don't know. I was just telling you on my whole life of crime, bank robberies and all that kind of stuff, and the Wild Wild West stuff. You saying your hands weren't so clean either.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to do anything like that after this. It's over. No.
Why? It seems like you're in a lot of trouble, and to get out of this might require a little bit of know-how.
Mm, I don't know about that. I know how to get rid of what I don't need. It's fine.
It's not the getting rid of part, it's the fact that are you able to end up clearing all this, this hole you dug?
Yeah, I think I can. I mean, I'll just take what's left and burn it. Put it in an urn.
So what happened to the first one?
Needed the whole thing, apparently. Don't know who our buyer is. She's a good fence, I guess.
Well, she's going to have to end up being a little upset in that regard. That's a shame.
You're not gonna tell anybody about this, are you? Like, I really don't want to get in trouble. And really, you can't take it from her because I need that cash.
Well, that depends on you.
I don't follow. I mean, you said. What did you say? You were a what?
Old criminal back in the day.
Oh, that's how we got started on this. Why did I fall asleep during that conversation?
Oh, I think I was prattling on how, back then we were using horses.
Oh,
If horse break was important, you can end up going because you don't want anything to end up happening. So this Raven, she's a fairly accomplished fence in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wanna know what? I can keep a secret. If you can.
Go ahead and roll manipulation subterfuge. Or manipulation, well, I don't know. Manipulation subterfuge. Go ahead and roll that. Okay. He just kind of nods at you. All right.
Good. Well, I'm gonna end up buying your stock.
Well, the one downstairs is the only one I got.
Well, then I will be most appreciated. Now you just get some rest. I'll be contacting you in a few days. And you'll feel right as rain. What a wonderful happenstance running into you here. He starts to end up walking out. don't forget to floss. You don't want to be living with dentures. Bartholomew starts to walk out, closing the door behind him, as I'm sure that enough time was left for Miss Danielle to end up leaving.
Yep, she followed right behind Obfuscated.
Yeah. And I'll say by now that Adam has gotten what's left of the corpse into the car, or the van.
Well, one down. Now, Raven, any of you happen to hear that name before? Is a streetwise required?
Yeah.
Do an intelligence streetwise. DC will be awfully high.
This is fair.
What's DC?
9.
Yeah, that's 1 for 2D.
2 for Adam.
For Banshee.
Okay. Raven, especially for Adam, has probably been heard here or there throughout the face as someone who knows how to find people who want to buy things. No one knows how she does it. Very few, even less, know what she looks like. Only that she's in the face. And that if you ask the right people, they might be able to get you in contact with her.
Would any of us have any inclination as to who the right people might be?
Let's see. Adam, you have relations with the Irish, right? Danielle, you have relations in the drug trade. Danielle might.
Well, Danielle.
You have contacts with dealers, right?
Yeah, I have a contact in a drug lab in the face, I think, the industrial laundry.
Okay, yeah. They might know.
Any ideas, ladies and gentlemen?
Michelle might know. Fontaine, my guy in the face.
Well, then we need to end up going there pronto if we want to end up making sure there's enough remains. I'd really hate to have to kill somebody on purpose for this shit.
Yeah, let's go. She's kind of running towards the shotgun.
Adam, you get in the back. We'll conclude this.
With the corpse, how delightful.
You don't worry about no cops with me. I have a way with people.
Yeah, he'll just climb in the back and lock the shut it down.
Yeah. Starts to drive off. And however Danielle's contacts works, that's on you two. You're just telling me where to drive.
Yeah, she'll give you directions to the laundry, you know, where she usually meets. And yeah, I'm assuming she'll probably look at Banshee going, just come in with me, you know, just as a kind of leave Adam in the back. She'll probably walk straight in. Banshee in tow.
Okay. Well, you find the usual affair when you walk into your drug lord's your contact. I wouldn't go that far. That contact, as it appears they be slaving away over what appears to be a meth lab at this point. As you come in, you know, they spit around and just stop, hold their hands up. Shh, don't move. This shit is very, very dangerous. What are you doing here? And
I need to ask you, do you know anyone who can get in contact with the Raven? Or Raven?
Shit. Raven?
Yeah.
Maybe. She just doesn't want to talk unless you have something good to sell.
We got something good to sell. Kind of Tootie looks at Bart kind of like, nudging him, kind of, we got something really good to sell.
What are you selling? What are you selling that you're not telling me?
Do you want human organs? She kind of raises an eyebrow at him.
What the fuck are you doing with human organs?
It's a new venture in the business, that's all. Exploring new ideas.
Fucking hell. Did you kill somebody?
No, I didn't kill somebody. Never mind where I got it from, okay?
This is kind of fucking important. You walk in and going, I have human organs. I need to sell them. Where's Raven? Where's the Raven? What the fuck do you think you're doing? You bring in a corpse over here. It's not enough.
It's not with me. We're fine. Just kind of Tootie's looking at Bart like, help me.
How the hell did you get a dead body? How the hell did you get a... Who is this guy? Who is this old man?
This is my...
Stepped out of the grave. Is this your corpse?
Soon to be, maybe. I'd like to end up offering my body to science in that regard. But I thought there might be a more profitable venture. I want to make sure that my remains are distributed to appropriate means and taking care of the family.
And why don't you just go to the university?
Because they don't end up paying a couple of grand an organ.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't guarantee that money's going to my family.
Exactly.
I'm
helping the guy out, man.
Alright. Danielle, roll... fuck. You're gonna be rolling something. You just give me 1 minute.
This is so messed up. I don't think they have a stat for this roll.
Adam's innocence has been protected, ironically.
Okay. Well, I need Bart to roll manipulation subterfuge. I need. I need Danielle to roll manipulation. Expression.
Oh, thank God I have a dot and expression now. That's now 3 dice. Hey, we got success. Yes.
So our contact stands there with his arms crossed and just goes, "Well, he's full of shit. I don't appreciate this."
When have I ever let you down on anything? Come on, man. Just contact. You never hear about this again. It's just this is a really once-off thing.
Roll charisma subterfuge.
Nope. Nope. It's just a fail.
Nah, sorry, dude. Can't help you. I'm sorry.
But isn't Tootie a friend of yours? You want to help your friend, don't you?
Oh, yeah, really, really wants to help it.
He just kind of looks over to you. He looks so annoyed right now. He just looks over to you, just like, really? And he looks over at 2D. He takes a piece of paper out of his back pocket and scribbles some things down and hands it to Danielle.
Thanks,
You know what? Fuck you. Pissing me off. Get out of here with your fucking walking corpse.
She just kind of just looks very dejected. That's harsh, man. She's kind of like just bowing her head and walking off, smiling to herself as she's doing it.
As Bart sussly
looks at Tootie. I told you I had a whip with people.
Yeah, well, that's the worst story I've ever sold in my life, man. Oh. She just looks up over at him. We tell no one about this, okay? No one. She's just walking back to the van and kind of shaking her head.
Yeah. So, make the call, 2D.
Yeah, to make the call using the details then.
All right. You make the call, the phone rings, and someone answers. Hello?
Hiya, I was told this is the place to get the Raven. Which
What
is
do you
kind of
want?
awkward. Like, I have something you might be interested in taking.
What is it?
Body, organs and shit.
What's the
Fairly
condition
fresh.
of the corpse?
She looks over at Bart, fairly fresh.
All right. Meet me on 722 Baker Street. And the phone hangs up.
So she just kind of repeats it out loud so Bart hears it. 722 Baker Street.
Right. Well, I best put on my best face then. He leans out and steps between the seats going into the back panel. Been a while since I played dead.
Studio shakily drive the car, kind of.
You put a dent in it, you pay for it.
Yeah. She kind of just shakily drives the car, and she'll actually tell Adam, make sure you're not seen when I open the boot.
Well, I won't. How did it go in there? You got what you needed?
Don't ask. She just is starting the car and driving to Baker Street, shaking her head like this. Don't ask.
Well, be careful, Lump, then.
That's why you're here. Keep an eye on things. Because every plan needs a plan B, C, D, E. We're kind of fucked once we get to the W's, though. You always need a backup plan. Hey, he's just laying on his back. Like, he's literally just a talking corpse at this point.
2D's driving, listen to this, just crumbling.
Well, you don't have to stop talking and look away from me when we get there. But there are problems. I find there aren't many problems that a fist won't solve.
So yeah, I'm assuming we eventually arrive.
The neighborhood looks about as sketchy as you can imagine. You arrive at the house. You don't see any lights on. A couple of windows seem like they've been broken open. Yeah.
Yeah, this 2D kind of goes, this is, you can even probably two of the boys here going, this is not good. She'll kind of just shut off the engine and kind of step out, closing the door, kind of just looking around, kind of see if she sees anybody by the house or anything like that.
No, it's really a very quiet street, mainly full of empty houses.
She'll kind of message the number with her phone saying, I'm here, where are you?
It takes a minute, but you hear a little bit of noise coming out of the house, and then the screen door swings open. You see a figure standing in the doorway in the dark. She's very thin, possibly even sickly looking. You can't tell. Her hair is really long and straight, a little bit greasy. She's covered in tattoos. You can see just a single, kind of red ember as she, takes a long drag of her cigarette. So, you called me?
Yeah, I got a body for you, and I was wondering, if you want it.
Who told you about me and that I was looking for bodies?
One of my guys just around the way, She finishes nervously.
Is it here?
Yeah, it's in the back.
She kind of moseys over to the back of where she pointed. And kind of waits for you to open the door.
Oh yeah, 2DB as loud as you can. She kind of taps the car as she's, kind of signaling to the two boys that I'm opening the boot now. She goes, yeah, here it is. So she just opens the boot, and there is Bart, and probably another wrapped up thing. She'll kind of point to Bart. That one's fresh.
Where'd you get him?
He was a guy wanting to donate himself for money and stuff. Wouldn't get any money off the university, so he said that when he passed, he wanted to get money for his family.
Seriously? That's
Yeah.
what life insurance is for, babe.
Don't think he had any.
Shit.
Look at the state of him. She kind of taps Bart's foot, kind of gingerly.
She just kind of looks at him. How much do you want for him?
How much are you offering?
I got an offer for 5,000 for a partial corpse.
This one is full, so I think you might need to do better than that. She kind of stands there awkwardly saying that, scratching the back of her head.
I could give you 5,000 for a full corpse. Or I could try to do the other guy down for 4,000 for a partial corpse. Sure, he'll take it. He's pretty desperate.
Well, you just offered 5,000 for a partial, so I think 7,000 will cover me.
Go ahead and roll manipulation streetwise.
Manipulation streetwise, okay. 2.
She just kind of stands there for a moment. You storm. I gotta check with my buyer.
Sweet. I'll be right here. She just gives a smile.
She kind of goes inside.
Judy will kind of look at Barco and give him the thumb, the hang loose type thing. And find the body once you get inside. And she kind of says it out loud. Adam, wherever you are, get inside now. Go. And she kind of study the van door. Muted, man.
Still muted. I see your mouth moving and he's not saying anything.
That's funny. Yeah,
I'm the one playing the corpse.
Yeah, by inside, did she mean the house?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get inside.
Yeah, Adam's gonna do as told and just still obfuscated, just move towards the inside.
Okay. A few minutes later, you see Raven walk back out again, just taking a long drag of her cigarette and stuff. She kind of comes out to Danielle. Do you happen to accept Bitcoin?
She kind of just leans forward. I actually have no idea what a Bitcoin is, so.
Okay.
Might be down 2D's racket if she's in black.
Yeah, probably 2D would know, but out of character, I wouldn't know what it is.
It is digital money, basically, but that's all right. Basically, I'll take that as a no, and she'll just kind of nod. All right.
Do you want me? Need help? Need help bringing it in?
How did you get it in your truck in the first place?
Magic. She kind of just smiles.
Fine. She tries to she kind of grabs Bart's legs and just kind of drags him out a little bit so that his arms are easier to haul in.
Yeah. Once he's out of the van, Tootie will close it and lift his arms with Raven and kind of just smile at her.
We're fortunate that age and actual condition of the organs doesn't really matter.
Oh, well, that's handy. I don't think he had very good organs anyway. Heavy drinker from what I saw.
Sorry.
Maybe they'll She just kind of reminisces a little bit. Rumor has it he's going to be in one of those, body exhibits.
Well, it'll be fine.
Skin's
It's
going to
not.
be right off of him, so I guess it won't matter. Maybe we'll put it in the health and wellness section. I don't give a fuck, really.
Yeah, he kind of just nods her head as she's looking down the back, kind of like tapping his cheek, kind of going, "You hear that? Body exposition. See, your family's going to get loads of money." She's just smiling down at him, kind of really thoroughly enjoying herself as she's carrying him in.
She kind of leads you down into a basement. There appears to be junk all over the place. She sets the guy down. She kind of reaches over and grabs a cloth and just kind of drapes it over Bart, and then heads back upstairs.
Judy will kind of follow it. Does Raven wait for her, or does she just go off on her own?
She doesn't wait for you, no.
Judy will kind of just tap Bart very firmly on the chest, hang loose, big guy, as she's like walking back up the stairs, and then after Raven.
Raven kind of goes into another room and comes out. She hands you a kind of a small envelope. Here.
Sweet. I was wondering, this guy, Flowers or something, he mentioned another body was missing or something.
You've been talking to Flowers? Is he the one who gave me is he the one who gave my information over to you?
Oh, she shakes her head. No, I just heard he was, doing things around the way. You know what I mean?
He didn't want anyone to know what he was doing. I'm surprised you know.
I know a lot of things. She kind of just smiles to herself. That's me,
She's just kind of giving you, she's not, mad, but she's just kind of giving you a blank stare as you're kind of awkwardly trying to, do small talk with her. She's just not having any of it.
She kind of looks very awkward. You smoke by any chance?
She has a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. If that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. No, Trudy's like, do you smoke? As in the other stuff?
No, I don't use the product.
You said
not anymore, anyway.
Oh well, I got some
time.
Stuff. You need to cut loose for a bit.
Nah. I'm good.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for the money. She just kind of smiles to herself. She's like striding out. There is should I contact you again if I need more money? And she's like attempting to stall while the boys are looking around. Or do you need me to move anything else for you?
No.
Oh, okay. Judy just kind of nods like this is not working and I'm just going to get out of here. You're kind of going, okay, they should head outside.
Okay, what is everyone else doing?
Bartholomew at that point, once he's left alone, did he happen to see any others in this facility home?
Roll perception alertness. Oh, did you freeze too? Fuck.
Nope.
Okay. While you're down there, you see a couple of kind of, I don't know, large things that maybe they're just piles of blankets. You're hard to tell here.
Bartholomew gets up, and it's fairly quiet, right?
Oh, the house is dead quiet.
Like he could hear them. You'd hear anybody coming without issue.
Maybe.
Okay, time to risk it. Bartholomew pulls the sheet away from his face.
Okay.
Hang loose, she says. Sits up. Yeah. Starts looking about. pulls up the blanket, takes a look for freezers. They brought him into this room for a reason.
Roll perception investigation.
Perception investigation. Alright.
Okay. You look in several places and stuff. Including a freezer, a couple of blankets. The last place you look, you roll back the blankets, and you find another corpse. This one appears to be a little. He looks a little roughed up from the looks of it, from what you can tell, based here.
You poor bastard. Oh well. Mr. Fitzgerald, would you happen to be in the room?
Mr. Fitzpatrick will break his arm. He will break his. He'll just quickly looking around, making sure Raven's not around. He'll just break his obfuscate.
Would you be kind enough, dear sir, to, upon the woman's return, double check that there's no one else in the house, and when she does, would you be kind enough to subdue her? I'm sure you can come up with a way.
Shouldn't be too difficult. You need any help with him?
Oh, most definitely. It's not like I'm a bodybuilder. I had a very successful cutting phase in my mid-60s. But I think it's best we pick up what we need and leave. And,
Agreed.
Well,
I said I'll just have a quick look around to make sure the coast is clear. And then we'll get out of here.
Appreciate it. I got a slab to get back to.
Right. Adam's going to obfuscate again.
Okay.
And then, yeah, he's going to be just quickly looking around the place, making sure there's nobody around.
Raven's still there. In fact, when you go upstairs, you see her kind of sitting on a ratty-looking couch, just kind of smoking a cigarette and looking at her phone.
Right, okay. Adam just kind of watches for a minute, questioning whether it might be quieter to actually take the body and run before she actually comes down.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, if you're gonna take the body and run, you're gonna have to walk basically in front of her.
Okay. So, is there a way I can get sort of behind her while she's? Is like the couch against a wall, or is it?
You can get behind her, but I'm gonna have to have you roll a dex stealth roll in order to do it.
Okay. Okay, what's the DC?
Just a second. All right, I'm going to say you're able to do that. You're able to, like, let's say you have to go through, like, one of those bead curtains or something. You manage to make it through without alerting her. You get behind her while she's sitting on the couch. Again, she's just kind of smoking a cigarette and looks like she's reading her smartphone or something like that. You know, she's not doing anything suspicious or anything, just kind of relaxing.
Okay. Adam's going to do is he's going to come up behind her, and as he slowly comes up behind Raven, he's going to the thing he's going to do is try and knock her out, basically.
Okay, use Dex Brawl. Are you going to hit her in the head?
I'm probably just going to try and wrap sort of my arms around her so she can't see, and then just kind of not choke her out, but just until she loses consciousness.
Okay, use strength brawl then if you're gonna do a rear naked choke on her.
Yeah. Can I add my potency to that as well?
Yes.
Do I get an obf bonus, or am I not obfuscated? Doesn't matter either way.
No.
Okay.
DC's gonna be 6 since you were obfuscated. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of 8.
I'll just check my dice are correct. Yeah, that seems correct. Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. So you get behind her and you begin choking her. I'm gonna do a quick strength resistance. She does struggle a bit, but she doesn't get free. Go ahead and do one more strength brawl, please.
Okay. And then can I also have my passive potency again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and she struggles against you again, but it doesn't seem to work. Within 30 seconds, she seems to have lost consciousness.
Right, okay. So I'm just gonna, as happens, Adam's just gonna just let her sort of slump or sit on the chair, sort of looking
You
like
have
she's
common sense, right?
Yeah.
You have about a minute to get this done.
Right, okay. So yeah, the first thing I would do as she's checked out is literally head straight back to the body. Looking out quickly, obviously again, just in case anyone tries to walk past me, but I doubt it on my way to the body.
Okay. You go downstairs. Bart's, I don't know if he's still playing dead or not. Are you?
I think he's left.
He's still. He's just laying down, but as soon as Patrick makes his presence known, he'll quickly stand.
Yeah, Adam's gonna just quickly stoop up the body in one arm. He's just gonna whisper quick with Dot about a minute before she wakes back up.
Right, grab the body. You do that thing while still hanging on to it.
Yeah.
He starts to try and make his way up the stairs, hanging on to the railing, doing everything he can to try and hustle up, which ain't much for speed, but...
Yeah, Bart, do a Dex Athletics if you would, please.
Wait, you're asking for an athletics?
Yes, I am.
Okay, this is going to be embarrassing.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be funny.
Yes, it is.
Oh, he sticks the landing.
Okay. Yeah. So you hobble up the stairs. It's behind Adam as he basically, hulks this body over his shoulder and starts running upstairs. Adam, go ahead and roll a Dex Athletics too.
Okay.
Shit.
Is it DC6?
That's fine. You both make it up the stairs. As you kind of make it up the stairs, you can kind of see Raven on the floor. She begins to move a little bit more. Both of you roll Dex Athletics one more time. Okay. Yes. You make it out the front door. The moment you kind of do that, you kind of hear someone go. You just kind of hear someone behind you going, "What? What the fuck? What the fuck?"
And at that point, with that, we are leaving.
Yeah, you kind of get the Bart and Adam both kind of, jump into the back of the van. You can hear shuffling in the house. It's actually quite loud in there. You can hear shouting back there too. Essentially equivalent of who the fuck? What the fuck is this? Things like that. We do one more roll. As you speed off in your van, you see Raven kind of standing in the doorway in your rear view mirror, whoever's driving. I'm assuming it's Danielle at this point.
Yep.
In your rear view mirror, just kind of staring this van down as you leave.
She kind of will probably say to Bart, "We need to get rid of this thing quite quickly." She could
Not
turn
at
the
all.
corner.
I need to sell it.
Back to Nora's. You just hear repeat that as she's driving down. You know what I mean? Quite quickly.
Hey, slow down. Don't want to end up catching the cops or anything. Keep it slow, back alleys. Let's not try and get officers' attention. After all, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corpses in the van.
Yeah. Slow and steady.
He reaches back
Steady.
down over the dashboard and grabs his glass. Oh, that is so much better. He sits in the passenger seat. Now, can we please get to Nora's and I'll just get rid of the rest of this?
And
Yeah.
then
I'm in
leave
so
the
much-
van in an unmarked place.
You just hear Tootie under her breath. Oh boy, she's just driving. And I'm assuming eventually we'll arrive at Nora's.
Yeah, you
Cannot
arrive at
follow.
Nora's. It's kind of exactly the way you left it. Just,
Bringing the
Nora.
panel truck over near to the side entrance. I imagine there's a loading dock of some kind.
That's what you can call it, sure. It's a carport, basically, that's basically attached directly to the morgue and all the other doodads that she has.
He starts to down, Nora.
Hello.
Outside with your delivery, my dear.
Well, bring him on in, kiddo. You could just put him over there in the you could, I suppose you could just put him in either the shower room or maybe the fridge, whatever. Just put him wherever.
Not a problem.
Maybe put him on a gurney, easier to manage that way,
Yeah. Well, the gurneys are right beside the door, I'm hoping.
I'm sure you can find one around here somewhere. They're all over the place.
Of course they are. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, you betcha. Click.
All right, let's get these loaded up and put into the bag, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, after some preparation and some awkward bits, looking at the massive Hulk and the skittish maniac and the old man beside them both, they end up getting the gurneys. You two can push these, I'm assuming. Because the old man is pulling on the one Tootie might be carrying, but clearly he doesn't have the strength to do it. But he's helping. He's helping as much as he can. Maybe he's just using it so he don't fall over.
Tootie kind of like gesture for Adam to help Bart so he doesn't like kill himself in the process as she's pushing the gurney. And eventually we probably get these things loaded to wherever Nora needs, and we'll be like, we should go talk to Nora. We better get something out of this, Bart, because that was insane.
Yeah.
That was insane. You youngins.
But you're gonna
It's
need to get rid of the truck. You're gonna need to get rid of the truck, though. She was eyeing that thing like a motherfucker.
Oh, I know. You know what the fun part is? Paint's cheap, license plates change, and it's not even registered because it's not sold yet.
Let's just not go in the face for a while, okay, everyone? She's just kind of walking into where Nora would be.
She was watching you. I don't think she bothered to get a good look at my face.
And she didn't get
Who
to
takes
see
a
me.
look at the dead one when they're just a cargo?
Bart seems to be having a time of his life after this. He's riding the high. Oh, he feels young again.
Oh, now we've let him outside for his walk. You kind of just wink at that. We should probably get this sorted.
Right here. Shower room. Okay, there they go. All right.
Let's go see Miss Rogers then. Yeah.
Off to Mrs. Rogers we go.
You go down the hall and you can see her. She's in another room, it appears. The same gentleman that you saw her working on earlier that night is now in a casket. You can see her kind of, leaning over the guy. He's kind of really low. She's sitting in a chair just kind of looking over, and you can see her with like some sort of brush. She's just kind of like brushing his cheeks. He's wearing a nice suit. His, hands are crossed. He looks like he should be in a coffin at this point. You can see her just kind of brushing rouge on his cheeks as you enter. She just kind of turns and looks at you. Oh, hello there, kiddos. How was your night, huh?
You don't want to know.
Oh, you do. You do.
Do I? Well, tell me all about it, kiddo, okay?
Oh, let's see. We found that Mr. Flowers individual you had. Turns out he was having some financial troubles.
Oh, that's such a shame. Go on.
Yeah, well, he was dicing up your cadavers to end up selling them on the black market. And it's like, oh, how disrespectful.
Really? Well, I can't really blame him. I dabbled in black market trade back when I was young and had no money. It's a good business, but this is more fun.
And you gotta enjoy your work. Now,
certainly do.
Now, apparently, he ended up selling off one of your cadavers, so, apparently some black market dealer ended up getting her grubby little hands on it.
Well, he's fired.
Well, if he lives through the night. After all, she is now down 3 corpses.
Oh, well.
Now, that being said, there's some things I'm gonna need to take care of. Oh yeah, she'll be waking up with a massive headache by the end, but what does that matter? What's yours is back to yours.
I do appreciate it, kiddos. I really do. She has a big bright smile. She just keeps kind of turning back to her patient that she's making up.
Now, that ends up in. Oh, Tootie, you look like you have something to say. Please, Miss Dellums,
just make sure that we don't get this doesn't come back on us because it's the raven we stole the corpses off of. She kind of says nervously.
That's trouble.
Her eyebrow raises a little bit, but she still has that wise smile on her face. So, she just kind of shrugs. Well, I ain't going to tell anybody.
Yeah.
And besides, who looks for where the bodies were originally stolen anyway? Besides,
oh, sure. What is she going to do? Report it to the police? I don't think so.
Well, let's just end up having a good time in that regard. Nora. I'm so glad to end up having someone with your contacts around. I'm sure that, after all, you scratch our back, we scratch yours, and it's going to end up being quite the, joyful little tidbit. And my associates are also worried that they won't be taken care of from this, but I'll assure them that I'll end up looking after and giving my thanks to them. You and me, we'll get settled later on.
Oh, sure we will, kiddo. You betcha. She just kind of looks at the other two of you, too.
Danielle just gives her a weak smile, like, yay! That smile.
If there's no further business, I have a panel truck to get rid of.
Alrighty there. You have a good night then.
All right. And you too. Toodles.
See you later, kiddo. Anybody else have anything else to say?
Nope.
Alrighty.
Like 2D, Adam's quite freaked out by all of this.
Well, that was fun. Now, as for you two, keep it in mind. After all, the real risky stuff was on me. Playing dead and all that. So,
2D just gives him a look. You're not the one who had to negotiate getting you in, okay? She's kind of lifts her arms up in the air, kind of like, no.
and the opportunity would have never ended up coming if I didn't deliver it to thee. Try and keep up. Now, don't think I'm gonna jinx you or chip you on your due own. After all, a little favor from your dearest friend here, well, might be worth something down the road.
Oh, yeah. She just gives him a smile. Yeah, the favor would be nice, Mr. Bart, yeah.
Consider it a minor, both of you. Yes, you ended up helping me. I want to help you two out. Now, that being said, who's up for Chinese?
Just shakes her head and just keeps walking.
And with that wonderful moment of two kindred who may have been chipped, and an old man laughing his way to the grave after stealing a pair of corpses, this scene will come to an end.